People are completely overreacting to this. Kristaps Porzingis is officially out until the Eastern Conference Finals at least, and people are saying this is the end of the Celtics season. No, the Celtics are 21-4 without Kristaps Porzingis this year, which people don't realize, but that is the genius of the Boston Celtics. They have Al Horford waiting in reserve, and yes, he's no Kristaps Porzingis, but they've got good wins over that stretch over teams I just mentioned. They're 21-4. It is a big loss, no doubt, because you won't be able to run this lineup anymore, this death lineup that has a net rating top 5 all time. Kristaps averaged about 20 points per game, 7.2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks this season in the regular season. And yes, he's a great stretch four. He can run the pick and roll. He can run the pick and pop. He can let you do basically anything defensively. He shot at 52% from the field, 38% from the three on 3 attempts per game. He's super versatile. That's the big thing with Kristaps Porzingis. But they've got a solid replacement in Al Horford, who he hasn't been Kristaps Porzingis, but he has been more than serviceable when called upon this year. 37 years old. He's averaging 8.6 points per game, 6.4 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and 1 block per game this year on the season, but those numbers when Kristaps is off the court in games that he doesn't play look like this. These are his per 36 numbers: 11.6 points, 8.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, a little bit over a block per game on 51% shooting from the field, 42% from three. Just appreciate this man. At the age of 37, he'll be 38 by the time the finals start. Without Kristaps Porzingis, he's averaging 11.6 points, 7 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 1.1 blocks per game this year. He plays 30 minutes instead of 25 when KP is not in the lineup. 52% shooting from the field, 46% from 3 on 5 attempts. Overall, to have a guy like Al Horford is such a huge luxury for this Celtics team. And again, the genius of the Boston Celtics, having this guy that they can plug right into the lineup. You have basically the same exact strategies that you've been using because Horford can defend on the perimeter. He can pick and roll. He can pick and pop. He can defend the rim. He can grab a rebound and go, as you can see here. Really nice backdoor cut. Catches Ant asleep. His Jaylen Brown first possession of the game. Both of them can go down low, can get a bucket. They both provide post scoring, as you can see, in a little bit of different ways, but both have a back to the basket game and can finish the lob, even though Al at 38, not quite what he once was. Both can definitely protect the rim. KP right there, as you can see, and then here's Al Horford stuffing Tyrese Maxey at the point of attack. So both do very similar things. Kristaps Porzingis obviously much better than Al Horford, but they had to implement a new piece. Joe Mazzulla will have the decision between Luke Kornet, Neemias Queta, and Xavier Tillman, who he puts in the lineup, but I think it'll be Luke Kornet. He has the best splits when KP is off the court. With Porzingis, he's averaging 4 points per game, 3.5 rebounds on 14 minutes per game. Without Porzingis, 8 points, 5.5 rebounds, 1.2 blocks in 20 minutes a game. 7'2" with a 7'6" wingspan. To have that guy sitting on the bench, hats off to Brad Stevens. You've got depth that doesn't even play, that can come in and provide an immediate impact in the NBA playoffs. Big time stuff there. That's really, really smart stuff. Now, the second round is still going to be centered around Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. We don't know who they play yet between the Magic and the Cavs, but I wonder if they will have a similar strategy to the Heat. They tried to make Jayson Tatum a passer. They tried to take him out of the game, and it worked for the most part. He averaged 22 points a game compared to like 27 in the regular season, 10.4 rebounds, so he was great on the glass, 5.4 assists per game as well. Tried to make him more of a passer. 29% from 3 on 6.2 attempts. It's almost like somebody on YouTube has been saying he needs to drive to the rim more. But without Kristaps this year, he's averaging 29 points, 7.2 rebounds, 4.8 assists per game. And in the regular season without Porzingis, he was really shooting the ball well. 40% from the field, or 46% from the field, 40% from 3 on 8 attempts, which is remarkable. But still, playoff time, I'd still love to see him get downhill more. He's once again the true alpha. Without Porzingis in the lineup, it becomes Tatum and then Brown. Very clear order or chain of command there. But Jaylen Brown has definitely been stepping up as well. In the playoffs so far, he's been their leading scorer, averaging 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per game, while shooting at 52% from the field, which is much, much better than regular season, where he was about 48, 49. 32% from 3 in the playoffs, which is a bit concerning because that's what the Celtics live and die on, is the 3 ball. But without Kristaps this year in the regular season, he averaged 25 points, points, which was 3 more than normal, 6.4 rebounds, which was 1 more than normal, and then 3.7 assists, so becoming a nice playmaker as well, while shooting 50% from the field, 35% from 3 on 5.6 attempts per game. JB, overall, I want to see him take over in this round 2 series. This would be a Jaylen Brown type series. If you are enjoying today's video, make sure to the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel, so if that is you, go ahead and change that. And with that being said, we're trying to hit 100 likes on today's video. Now let's go ahead and continue on looking at the 3-ball, which, as I mentioned, is what the Celtics live and die upon. But Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum have been just 30% from 3 this playoff series. In the regular season, they were remarkable from 3. In the playoffs, they've been really good from 3. It's just their best 2 players haven't been shooting the 3-ball well. The supporting cast has been phenomenal, though. Derek White, 48% shooting from the 3-ball on 9 attempts per game in the playoffs. He's been a huge playoff performer for them so far, averaging 22.4 points per game, 2.8 rebounds, 3.6 assists on 58% shooting from the field, and then of course the 48% from 3. This dude Derek White continues to amaze. Sam Hauser is shooting at 48% from the field, which leads the team in the playoffs on 5 attempts. Al Horford is shooting at 40%. We already talked about him though. Drew Holiday is shooting at 37% on 3 attempts, and I honestly expect that to rise because he shot at like 43% in the regular season, but he's getting it done on both sides of the ball as normal. And then Peyton Pritchard, something that I thought was a little bit weird. He's only shooting at 27% from 3. But Pritchard is a guy who I thought his splits with and without Porzingis were really interesting because with KP, he's averaging 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists in 21 minutes. But I didn't think he would be a guy that was directly impacted by Porzingis' absence. However, without Kristaps, he's averaging 11.2 points, 4.5 assists, 3.8 rebounds on 45% shooting from the field and 40% from 3. Very quietly, Peyton Pritchard has blossomed into an elite backup point guard. But the outlook for this Celtics team is, while yes, they will not be able to run their death lineup in the playoffs, this other lineup that consists of Drew Holiday, Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Al Horford still has an 11.2 net rating in the positive, so they're still an historically good net rating team. Not quite the 12.4 that the regular season team was for the Celtics, but still, whichever team they face off in the second round against, they should not have any trouble, and then they hopefully get the man Pingus back by the Eastern Conference Finals. Honestly, this is the year for the Celtics to get to the finals. I don't know if they can win it, but to get to the finals, I think they will play the winner of this Timberwolves-Nuggets series. This might be the NBA Finals. I'm not going to lie. The Timberwolves and Nuggets feel like the 2 best teams in the league right now. The Celtics are a close 3 without Porzingis. With KP, maybe they can beat them, but they shouldn't have any trouble at all in the East winning without Kristaps Porzingis, which I think is the genius of this Boston Celtics team. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to the like button and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy today's video at any point. Also, we're trying to hit 100 likes on today's video, so if you could help us out with that, it'd be greatly appreciated. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.